Hi and welcome to another technology video brought to you by IT Stratus Ltd. In this brief video we'll cover what OneDrive for Business is, how to initially set this up if it's not already been done for you, and then we'll follow up with some other short video clips covering how to use this product both locally and online. So what is OneDrive for Business? Well, essentially it's a Microsoft cloud service where you can store, sync and share your business files. Unlike a conventional backup though, which tends to run on a schedule, OneDrive works in the background to keep your files synchronized with a Microsoft data center whenever you have internet connectivity. Therefore this works even when you're out of the office, and it also integrates well with tools like Office 365, which enable you to access your files directly from it. It should not be compared with the consumer version though, also confusingly called OneDrive. This is similar but uses a different underlying architecture, although there are rumours that Windows 10 will be converging some of these technologies. It's also similar to other products you might have heard of. For instance, Google have something called Google Drive for Business, Dropbox have Dropbox for Business, and there are essentially many other cloud storage products like Box, Cubby, Mozzie, SpiderOak and SugarSync, just to name a few. However, OneDrive for Business comes as part of an Office 365 business subscription. So here in the UK we have three main subscriptions, that's Business Essentials, Business and Business Premium, although it's also available as a standalone product subscription as well. Much like the whole of Office 365, it can be an invaluable tool for your business, whether you just want to have a backup of your documents. Perhaps you wish to easily access files while working in different offices or from home. You might want to access and share your business files while on the move. Certainly, whichever way you use it, there's no doubt it can be a useful tool and will definitely help you complete your business tasks. Other good news is in early 2014, Microsoft significantly increased the capacity of OneDrive for Business from 25 gig to actually a massive 1 terabyte online. There are, however, some limitations that you should be aware of. The most important ones are that you can only have a single maximum file size of 2 gigabytes. I think that's currently 10 gigabytes for the consumer version, and there's also a combined limit of 20,000 files and folders. The OneDrive client is only available for, or only supports, Windows 7 onwards, so you're out of luck if you're still running Windows XP or Vista. There's also rumours of a Mac client, but nothing has materialised as yet. So another note actually I've got here is that we have had some clients complain of slow performance, but this has almost always been down to the initial synchronisation, which can be slow over a standard broadband connection, particularly if you have a large library. We recommend, however, pausing the client software and then just running this at another time when you're not so busy or overnight. You've got to remember, of course, that ADSL has a much lower upload bandwidth compared to download, and certainly many of the local rural businesses we work with often have speeds of only half to 1 megabit per second at best. So this is just something to bear in mind. Anyway, in the next part of this video, we will just take a look at the quick and easy setup of the client if it hasn't already been done for you. You can tell, in fact, if we just look down here in the bottom right hand corner in the system tray, you can tell there's no blue icon here, cloud icon, which you would expect if OneDrive for Business was running. Alternatively, if you just double click the computer icon here to open Windows Explorer, you can also see under the Favourites shortcuts there's also no blue icon, which would be the case if OneDrive for Business had been set up. So that's what we'll be looking at in the next part of this video. Now that we've ascertained that OneDrive for Business is not set up on this workstation, the easiest way to complete this one-time setup is to sign into your Office 365 account using one of the desktop applications. This system actually has a fresh install of Office 365, and in this case we're going to use Microsoft Word. So if I click on the Start button navigate to all programs and our Microsoft Office group folder. Then we'll open Microsoft Word. And straight away up in the top right hand corner we can see we're not logged into Office 365 at the moment. So if we click this, you'll be prompted for your email address, and that is your full Office 365 corporate email address, not your alias or anything like that. So we're going to use a demo account here. Click on Next, which will then prompt us for the password. And then click on Sign In. Okay, and that's great. We can just click on this, click Accept, open Office, that's fine. And you can now see up in the top right hand corner that we're logged in with this demo account. We don't actually need to leave Word open, so we can now close that. And the beauty of being logged in now is that the OneDrive for Business client can now be started, and all the defaults, including the library URL, will all be pre-filled in. It's then literally just a matter of clicking through the dialogues and acknowledging everything that's displayed. So if I now go to the Start button again, open OneDrive for Business, wait for that to start up. Okay, so this is the default dialog that will be displayed. In this case, the library URL is actually going to be our demo account, so that will obviously be slightly different for yours. But all the other defaults, the location of the local folder, all of that generally can just be left as a default. If you want to change it, of course, you can click on the Change button. So now I'm going to click Sync Now. That just takes a few seconds. As I said, this is a fresh account, so there aren't actually any files to sync. We haven't got any files remotely at all. So despite it saying your files are syncing as we speak, that should actually now be done. And if we click on Show My Files, that takes us to our new local OneDrive folder. And you can see a shortcut's been created under the Explorer Favorites, and we've also got the blue cloud icon sitting in our system tray. It's also worth noting that OneDrive for Business is capable of synchronizing other document libraries in addition to your personal folder. For instance, if your company uses SharePoint team sites. We'll try to cover this in a future tutorial, although again it's really easy to set up using the Synchronize button in the online portal. So that simple one-time procedure completes the setup, and you're now ready to start using OneDrive for Business. Should you ever wish to change the account associated with your system, you will need to disassociate the account first before repeating the procedure that was just been covered. And you would do that just by right-clicking on the cloud icon in the system tray, and you would have to choose Stop Syncing Folder. And here it actually lists all of the libraries that are currently being synced. In this case, obviously, we've just got our personal one, and then you would click Stop Syncing. But we're not going to do that, so I'll hit Cancel. You can also see there's some other options, and they're all controlled via this context menu that pops up. So we can sync a new library. You can actually force a sync now. You can pause syncing, which can be quite useful if you're busy working at the moment and you don't want the system performance to be affected during the initial sync of if you've got a large collection of files and folders. Then you can pause the syncing and leave it to run overnight or once you finish using the machine. You can also click on Manage Storage. I can quickly do that now. And these are basically just two shortcuts that take you to the online portal where you can check, as it says, how much space your files are using, and you can also access the recycle bin. But we won't do that now. In the next video, we'll take a brief look at how to use your new local OneDrive for Business folder. Please remember, if you want to find out more about this or any other business-related technologies and how they may be able to help your business, please see our YouTube channel. Or you can use the links at the end of this video to get in touch. Thanks for watching.